Welcome to A Course of Love. And we are here to discuss a chapter in the book tonight. I'm Teri Angel. I'm here with Karen Palmer, my co-host. Hi, Karen. And the beautiful Auntie Jean is here.
Welcome, everyone.
And the charming Charlie is here.
Good evening and welcome, everyone.
All right, so let's get right to it. We are on chapter 14, I believe.
Yeah. Can you believe it? We're on chapter 14.
I know.
Oh, yeah, 14. Yes.
We're moving right along.
Special relationships, earthly and human. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll start. I love this one. This one I really had to highlight because I loved it so much. And I went back and read it again and again. And I reminded myself it's such an important thing for all of us, for me, I shouldn't say for all of us, but for me to keep in mind for every relationship, for every situation, for everything that's happening. You think that you are quite aware of your small space within the universe, and that it is foolish to say that you think otherwise. Yet, since only what you know is part of your universe, do you not see that it depends on you? And if it depends on you, that it is you. Only what you are aware of exists in the universe that is you. Only what happens to you affects your universe. Your universe is completely different than anyone else's and completely self-contained. The laws of your universe are for the maintenance of your body, because without it, you would not exist. And when you cease to exist, so does your universe. The lights will be turned out upon it, and it will be no more. What a big job you have assigned yourself. It is no small wonder that you live in fear when so much is dependent upon you. And no wonder that when you find a small little respite, a place to rest and beauty and of love, you want to claim it for your own, lest it get away. It too must be maintained within your universe, or you will not know it. And its benefits will escape you and be lost to you. You wish that you could join with it and make it one with you. But since you know not that this can be done or how to do it, you try to accomplish the next best thing. Keep it close to you, a twin universe, still existing separately, but close enough that you can gaze upon it and feel the benefit of its warmth because of its proximity. More than this, you cannot do, but still you try. With chains, you would bind this separate universe of your own. For as long as it maintains its autonomy, which it must, even its nearness is not enough. And so what you attempt next is to exchange of sorts, like two countries, one rich in oil, another in grain. You set up dependencies that will keep you linked. Some of you do this quite obviously, and over the years and years create a web of intricate design, a snare or trap that seems impossible to dismantle because of its interconnections. Others experience this plan of entrapment solely in their mind as they plot and plan for what they never have the opportunity to put into place. Still others are more coy in their design and dress it up to look like sacrifice and gifts given but all with the same purpose in mind. What none realize is that fear has replaced love. That was a lot of information. But when we think about it like that, you know, we do try to keep our little corner of the world safe. And we do try to say, well, this is my family, and this is my community, and this is my my little universe. And, you know, it's so ridiculously silly because it's not true.
Right.
But
Yeah.
we
And the
won't
way
love-
that I just love the way that he writes it there. I just love the way that he just kind of is kind of cheeky and silly about it. Like, yeah, you guys think this, and you
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really good passage in this chapter. Who else?
I'm sorry.
I said, who else had something that you wanted
Oh.
to share from the chapter?
Well, going along with that, I appreciated what it said at the top of page 105, towards the end of that first paragraph there. It says, you thus hold the one you love the most in the greatest bondage and call the bondage a relationship. And you see that again and again where people become possessive of the relationships that they have. You know, even not just, you know, we think of that mostly like perhaps in a marriage, but it goes into friendships and all kinds of other things where people, not only do they want to keep that person in bondage, but they don't want anyone else to share any of the joy or the love or the happiness from that person.
they
You know,
can
I
become
guess
obsessed and become
they
stalkers
become
too.
obsessed. So it's something, because you might even be doing it without even realizing it. And you know, it set me to thinking, you know, about things I've done in the past, and you know, there's a lot of truth to that. And I was taken away right at the very beginning, on page 104, where it said that, you know, what kind of crazy guy would create a world, but you know, to that the highest achievement of life upon it would be to leave it in order to gain life. What creator would create a world not meant to exist in a world not meant to exist in harmony? Harmony is life. What creator would create a temporary life and hold eternal life as a reward for death? You know, and I really, really loved what they said about heaven, because I think we talked about that last week or yesterday, that you know, heaven is what you make it. Heaven is on earth if you make it so. Heaven is inside of you. Heaven is more a condition, a state, than it is a place that you go to. And so I was just blown away by that, because it just kind of validated what we had said. You know, it's just like the dimensions. People speak of the dimensions as if it's something, a room or something that you step into. It's not. It has to do with your frequencies and your vibrations that you hold within you and that you are a part of. And when you get to the fifth dimension, then you're in a vibration high enough to share with the, you know, with the great teachers and the mentors and everyone. You know, it's vibration that's important. It's not, they're not places or rooms or a ladder that you're climbing. It's, you know, it's what you're learning, what you're doing inside of you. So anyway,
Anyway, I highlighted the very same ones you did, Jean. Yeah, I thought they made so much sense, and seriously, it's like, what were we thinking, when we subscribed to the thought of, God would punish us, or we had to do something to, or else, he was going to create this place that, would be unbearable for us to dwell in forever if we weren't good or good enough. And yeah, it's when you look at all that, you just really shake your head and go, what were we thinking? That,
And how did it continue to be passed down from generation to generation, and so, to the point where, some people don't think it's a myth. Some people don't think it's, some people really, really believe that that is what their fate is. And
yeah,
some people really do believe that there is an angry God that is doing all of this to our world.
that's going to punish us. Yeah.
Who would
my
want to?
my dad is a perfect example of that. He would always try so hard to express to me that Armageddon was real, and that purgatory was real, and that these were real things that he was very much, believing were true. But when he started to lose the dementia and he started to lose his mind, that false part of the programming, the false part of all of that conditioning, he was completely open to a loving God. And he was so excited, and he started to ask me all the time, well, what does God think about this? And what do you think the angels would say about this? And, he opened up to a whole nother level. And I think that when he left his physical form, he had made complete peace with that illusion of a God, the false God that he had projected onto all of us. He projected that God. And, little kids don't think that that's, they think, well, my daddy told me that, so I believe him. But then when you get to be a grown up, you have to analyze and, start looking at things and saying, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
No, it makes sense though that he would lose that stuff about purgatory and hell and all that after he got dementia, because it takes a lot of concentration, bad thinking, bad concentration to keep those illusions. I mean, to even think that they're feasible, it takes a lot of, because you're denying so much truth. You're denying so much truth in holding those ideas. So once you start having a little dementia and losing it, it opens you up to let that stuff go. So I mean, that makes perfect sense. And people, as they get closer to the time when they're going to transition, usually do open up. They start opening up. They start feeling the truth of that, of what we are and what's going to happen to us. They do. At least I think so. And it's been written in books and stuff, so I think it's true.
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of people describe seeing angels or hearing their loved ones or seeing their energy before they die. And yeah, I think you're right, Jean. You learn more as you get older anyway, and then to just have that experience before you go is, I think it's beautiful. Charlie, any thoughts from you?
I really the one that Karen read is the one that I was just going to read, and then I realized that Karen read it already. The one with the oil and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, it's the same thing. And then the one with the universe. Where is it here? The specialness.
That was good, Charlie.
Yeah. This is why the Course cannot just talk of love and bringing you closer to it than you are. While you realize not the purpose of anything in truth, you cannot know love or your own self. While your purpose remains to make yourself and others special, you will not put an end to separation, and you cannot just let go of your own specialness. For as long as you hold on to the specialness of others, you hold on to your own. There is no reason to hold on to another's specialness unless you hold on to your own. And what you give to others, you keep for yourself. Give another specialness, and you keep it for yourself, as well as see it in them instead of seeing their glory. Specialness keeps them separate and therefore susceptible to loss. How can you lose what is one with you? You cannot. You can only lose that which is separate. A specialness does make separate. Yeah, the specialness is wow. And that was in the title of the chapter, I think.
Mhm.
Special relationship and earthly and human. And that's what we have here, that special relationship.
Keeps us
That
distracted. Keeps us distracted from our true self. Keeps us busy and distracted.
Yeah.
But that
Busy
was
being
really
special,
enlightening.
busy doing and keeping ourselves distracted and deluded into the idea that we're not our true self. And then this false self that we invented and that we made takes over, and it starts to run the show. and and our true original innocent self gets really quiet, you know, and we just try to fit in with the relationships that we're in, and we're just trying to make them work and do the best we can and say the right thing and make sure that we don't upset the egg carton. You know? Don't want scrambled eggs.
But we're all special, and we're all worthy, and we all um, are children of God, and that makes us special. It's the specialness where you think you're more special, that you are special at a higher level somehow. That's the separation specialness, and that's what was kind of really enlightening to me, is that idea that if you think you're so special, it keeps you separate. It keeps you separate from others instead of realizing everyone's just as special. You know, you're special, Teri's special, Charlie's special, everyone's special.
And
We're
that's
special because we are children of God. And that makes
have
us.
our special Shoshana here.
Hey,
Yes, we
hi,
do.
Shiny, Shiny T. Yes. Yeah,
And the
but
special relationship is to substitute our relationship with God. The special relationships that we create, and that we not even create, that we make and invent. Because when we're co-creating with God. But when we're making or inventing out of our own imagination, we're substituting and trying to replace a real love, a true love, a perfect love, with a love that is okay.
Right.
That's exactly right.
And when we step into that feeling of the absolute oneness and the absolute love of just, I love you because I love everyone. I don't love you specially. I don't love you any differently than I feel that way about the animals that, we work with, and that, we put the name and the form into the name and the form. But the truth is, it's all love. We give it a label, we put a name and a form to it, but the truth is, it's all love.
I like the way
And
it
then,
said that if someone's very special to you and you love them, you want to share that. You don't want to just keep it for yourself. You want to share it with everyone, that
a
they
friend of
feel.
mine made it very clear to me that a special relationship is when you have a agenda and you're going to get something from that relationship. And if you have a use of it, like what we read about in the other chapter, it's when we're in either use or unity. If we're using that relationship to, fulfill something, to make us feel more whole, then we feel like if this person wasn't in my life, I wouldn't feel complete. And when we do that, we just substitute and abandon our true self. Again, our true self is always there, shining like the sun, always waiting for us to just remember our true self.
I think we're all in agreement about that.
I think we are. All right. Well, let's get the chants going up here. Let me put the title. We're going into chanting for change and putting our chanting hats on, everybody. I have a chanting hat tonight.
Oh,
You do? Look at you.
I know. I had to drag this out because I was so cold. And I thought, hey, this could be a good chanting hat.
Fine.
it's
Jean, you
cold
got your
there, huh?
chanting hat? It is cold. It's 53 right now. And the sun's been out all day, but it didn't really heat it up any.
We had a really warm day, almost 80 today.
Wow.
We had a very warm day.
Yeah.
You know what I did?
I'm waiting for that. All right, so we're going into chanting for change. Charlie, is Chris going to be with us tonight?
She got home. I'll just check. Hold on.
Okay. The birthday girl had too much birthday, I guess.
Boy,
I'm glad
lots of
Charlie brought up.
celebrating.
I'm glad Charlie brought up about that specialness, because that was important, and I had forgotten. Because there was so much in this. All the chapters, there's so much in them. And,
Yeah.
And a lot of it shakes me up. I have to be honest. A lot of it shakes up the things I have known from my past to like, yeah, that's what we were doing. That's what happened. Why do we do that? Why do we believe the illusion when it's so hard to believe it, instead of accepting the simple truth? Why do we do that?
I know, Jean.
She said she's coming on now, so I don't know.
Okay, I'll let her in. Let's go ahead and get started. The first chant is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Karen, would you talk about that, please?
Yeah, this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number, and then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us into our hearts so we can experience freedom. And then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all illnesses, illusions, and allergies be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan
Om Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
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 Gan
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gan
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gan
Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gan
Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Pataye
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Let's take a moment and go into our hearts with the breath. Let's connect in with the oneness that we all are part of. This chant makes us realize that there's nothing to be let go of. There's nothing to release because there can be no barrier between us and the Creator. There can be no obstacle. Just whatever is in our mind that seems to be an obstacle that keeps us separate. That the separation is the illusion. And when we chant that chant, we realize the oneness. So we're encouraged now to come back to the breathing so that our collective energy of mindfulness will bring us together as an organism, going as a river with no more separation. Let the whole of the chanters breathe as one body, chant as one body, listen as one body, and transcend the barriers of a delusive self, liberating from the superiority complex, the inferiority complex, and the inequality complex. And this next chant brings that out even more. It is the chant of love, the chant of miracles, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. So, Karen, would you share about that, please?
Yeah, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number, and then beautiful Teri Angel will take us into the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo.
We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam Myoho Renge
Kyo.
We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Nam
Kyo.
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Ho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo. Ho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho 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 Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo,
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam
Renge Kyo.
Let's go back into our hearts. This time, we're going in and feeling that energy of love that has come into our heart space. When we chant this chant, everything around us just exudes love because that's who we truly are. And we magnify that love when we chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Every night we chant the voice of God, the name of God from the cosmos, which is Om. And we do that 3 times slowly. So we're getting ready to do that now. We encourage you to join us and then stay in your heart so we can give some love away to the world tonight. So take a deep breath into your heart space and let's begin the chanting of Om. So beautiful as we hold that love in our heart and we remember the experience we just went through chanting together as one. Now we want to give that out into the world because that's the beauty of experiencing something so great. You want others to experience it as well. So we're going to breathe in and hold love in our heart. And all together, we're going to send that love out on assignment into the world to just go shine a light. And we don't hold any expectation of where it's going or how it's going to happen. We just let it go and let it bless whoever feels that wave of love. Om Shanti Shanti. Om Peace. 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 May peace be in our hearts, in our homes, and in our world. Om Shanti. So beautiful. And every night, we have our Marlene with us. I'm sorry, I forgot to acknowledge you, Marlene. Our little miracles in there on us. But every night, we make a declaration, and Chris is going to count us down so we can say it all together, and I'll put it on the screen for us all to read from. So, Chris, count us down, please.
I will just a big routine to everyone, and it's gonna make a difference. And from everyone have a peace and be kind. 1, 2, 3.
We declare that there is peace on earth. We declare that peace
that peace
begins in all
Guide us
I
all
I choose to
choose
see
to
only
see
light,
only
in
light
see
life
and
only
love
love.
love
forever and
forever,
ever.
ever.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen, amen, amen. And we've been doing this for 1,410 days now as a group known as
Peace for peace.
the Peace for Peace.
That is correct. We are the Peas for Peace. And we have the pleasure of having our miracle pea and our shining pea with us tonight. They are in the chat room. I don't know if you can see them. We can. And we're so happy that they're here. And then in our video room, we have our sweet pea, Christine, who is now 1 year older than she was yesterday. And we have Charlie, charming and very polite.
Hello,
He's our
indeed.
charming pea. And we have Karen, who is our beautiful songstress pea. And we have Teri, who is our mama pea. And we have Auntie Jean, who is a forgetful pea. Anyway, because we are all peas, and because we have peas all over the world, and because we all join with many people of love and peace all over the world every day to make these chants, we are asking you to join us, to come in, be one of us, and we have a question to ask you. Wouldn't you
Wouldn't
like
you
to
like to
be
be
a
a
pea
pea
Be
too?
too? You already know, you already show that you want to send out love and light to the world. So come and join us and we'll all shine together. And speaking of joining, please join us for our meditation at 1:11 every afternoon Eastern Time. And that's on 10 million for worldpeace.org, 10 million for World Peace Facebook, and 10 million for World Peace YouTube, and many other channels. But those are the three I usually visit. And we would love to have you come. And I think you would enjoy it. Today we were dragons. It was beautiful. You know, I don't know if you've met your dragon. I've met mine. Her name's Athena. And we had a wonderful time today at the meditation. So I'm going to leave you with all my love and turn you over to Teri, and she can tell you about other wonderful things that are happening. Teri?
Thank you, Jean. Yes, the dragons were beautiful today. And while we were doing the meditation, I looked up and there was a big dragon in the dragon shape in the clouds. And it was so just confirmation that we were all together and all bringing that vision forward into the world, as we do every day, as Jean said, at 1:11 Eastern Time. And come join us. Come be a part of us. It's 10millionforworldpeace.org, and there's all kinds of good stuff for you there. So come be a part of us. We appreciate all of you coming in every night to chant with us and to lift us up, and we lift you. And we are missing some of our important P's. Our Gracie hasn't been with us for a while, and getting kind of concerning because I haven't heard anything at all from her. So let's send out some love all together to our Gracie. Gracie, we love you
yes,
so much. We miss you. We want you back. And we want you
yes.
in
Love
here
you,
with us.
Gracie.
Feel your energy. We do. We love you so much. So, all right. So we're going to get off of here. Come back tomorrow. We'll do it all over again.
Yeah,
And stay in your
please.
hearts and stay blessed. We'll leave you with
Namaste.
Nam
Namaste, y'all.
Namaste,
Myoho.
y'all.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
Good
Bye.
night, Shoshana. Good night, Marlene.
Night,
Sweet.
Marty.